Today we're exploring Silver Springs State Park, located at 5656 Silver Springs Boulevard, Silver Springs, Florida. How many times do you think I said Silver Springs in that sentence? There are multiple entrances to the park. We used the one that takes you to the glass bottom boats. Because we only had one day to explore the park, we mainly stayed in the 5-acre radius of this area. The park itself is about 8 miles. The entrance to the park makes you feel like you're entering a different world and a different time. I love the trees that line the entrance. This is also where you pay to get into the park and also pay for the glass bottom boat tours, especially if you haven't reserved them ahead of time. We mainly visit the park this time just for the glass bottom boats. There is a 30-minute tour and a 90-minute tour. You can reserve a spot on one of the 9 boats they have on their fleet online ahead of time. I was told they can be all booked up early, so it's good to book ahead. Florida has 5 first magnitude springs. Silver Springs is one of them. It delivers about 64 million gallons of water a day. That is incredible. In 1878, Holland Jones built the first glass bottom boat to attract tourists to the springs. This created the first tourist attraction for Florida. It still is a great attraction after all these years. One thing I learned about the visit is that several movies were filmed here, even some TV shows. Some of them include a few James Bond films, a few Tarzan films, Creature of the Black Lagoon, and Legend. They have a few film props left behind here too. There are at least 8 trails, including the paddling trail in the park. We only did some of the half-mile creek trail. At this time, we didn't know they were redoing the decking and had to turn back a little bit ways into the trail. I've also seen quite a few monkeys here. Despite the warning signs, I didn't expect to see one after I was told it was rare to see any of them. I'm not a big fan of monkeys. In 2014, the gardens were restored. They took out the exotic weeds and replaced them with native Florida plants. I think they did an excellent job here. We explored the gardens. The paths were well cared for and mostly paved. There were little observation decks along the river. We've seen lots of wildlife here, including birds, fish, and alligators. The gardens have plenty of places to rest and enjoy the beauty. na 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 na
My favorite part at Silver Springs was the boat ride. It was really fun. And they have really good food. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comment section and please be nice.
Here in the gardens, you can find picnic shelters and, of course, bathrooms. There seems to be plenty of bathrooms throughout the park. The ones we used were clean and well maintained. The Lundy Center is right across from the Glass Bottom Boats. It's a great place to cool off. Here you can find a restaurant, and the food isn't too bad here either, but it is a little expensive. Next to the restaurant is the Discovery Center. They have information about the park, movie history, and some information about the wildlife. It's a fun place to visit. There's a museum in the park. It wasn't open on our visit, so this was just fine for us. Next to the Discovery Center is, of course, the gift shop. They have all the usual souvenir stuff like tourist cups, magnets, and other such things. Just across from the boats in the Lundy Center is the Ross Island Spring Trail. We didn't visit it this time because it was getting too hot. Maybe next time. Just an FYI, Silver Springs is part of the Great Florida Birding Trail. This park definitely needs more than one day to explore. They even have a place where you can camp, so maybe in the future this might be a good idea. Well, I hope you enjoyed exploring with us today, and hope to see you on our next destination.